Hello and welcome back to Factorio. We're doing the giant iron ore collector for a really stupid reason. Anyways, yeah, we'll be sending these guys up into space. Okay. So this is what I'm working on. Problem is, I need a lot of that. I don't have a lot of that. Could order some, yeah. Could make some more steel up here if I wanted to, but nah. Actually, you know what? No, let's, yeah, whatever. What's crazy is how, like, this is the base that is the easiest to work on. I guess Fulgora would be too, but hey, everything is free. On Fulgora, everything is a pain, but here everything is free. So, you know, it's a tiny bit easier. Anyways, yeah, the problem here is that, well, these ones are kind of barely working. These ones are out of it. So we're gonna just add more of these. Well, come on. And then we just put you here and you here. And, then we, let's put, like, you and do this kind of thing. Now, what's happening on the space platform? Are all of these sort of placed? Yeah. And, okay, I guessed the correct length. Okay. Okay, so if I hit V, yeah. There we go. So that is that. Now, well, the issue is we don't have any ammo, so how are they gonna collect the stuff? Because of that, we'll be shipping up some ammo. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. I'm going to reload. I don't care. Man, I am not building all of that stuff again. No way. So now you will just copy this. You place it up here. Copy all of this. You place it up here. And I'll be back with stuff later. But at first, I'll do a filter and only filter for yellow. Now we'll send up full-on red ammo. No! Stop! Okay. Okay. So now that almost everything's ready, we'll be sending these up to space. Same here the moment that's done. Ain't that cool? And then, well, this is all happening, yeah. We are using a whole lot of power. All of these should be in auto mode now, yeah. Huh. They're requesting from the bottom one for some reason. Interesting, okay. So let's redo the steel stuff, like we didn't do it a little bit earlier and then mess something up. That totally never happened. No. What are you talking about? Whoa, what are you talking about, man? Okay, we'll do it like this, and then we'll put this over here. And then we'll, there we go. Perfect. Now we should have twice the amount of these coming up. Oh, and also I shall request just like 200 of these from the planet I'm on. That way the ammo should actually start flowing to the turrets. Yeah, look. There are 2 space rocks over there. Which means I can deconstruct these guys. Okay, so I guess we will depower the platform for just a moment. I don't plan this in being perfect symmetry, just good enough symmetry, but yeah, okay. We need a lot of these. You know, we aren't seemingly making enough. Okay. We need more capacity, so, let's add more capacity. That is the magic of Vulcanus. You need more capacity? Well, yeah, why not? Add more. It's free. Okay, so now that the rocks actually come here, we have 20, which will mean that each side will have access to, Okay, so the way I'll do it, let's do it over here. I know we can't actually reach it, so that's why I'm doing it. I'll have a priority input splitter, which will do input priority left. So we'll be doing that one, right? So this is where it will come in. And it'll be going like this, and then like this. So it will always intake whatever's on the belt. And it'll only, on this side, shit out the chunks. And this one will only shit out iron ore onto this belt. So let's move this here. And here, and here. And here. Alright, I need to fill these in. I can't have holes. Donuts are not allowed for some reason. Anti-Homer Simpsonism, I guess. I don't even know. Okay. But yeah, once those are done, then they'll go to a factory. Like, then they'll go to the smelting arrangements that are just gonna be. Actually, no, they're gonna be going through a priority splitter on both sides. And output priority will be. Actually, no, we'll just split it 50-50, because this is gonna fill up very quickly anyways. Because we want to send it down. We don't actually care how much of it is reprocessed. So, we'll just have 3 of those leading to, like... Actually, let's do it like this, because it's stupider. So then we'll have it, yeah, sure, like that. Okay, yeah. So then we'll just do this. We'll just pick these guys up. We'll make you make ammo. And you'll go like this. Okay. Well, you are the much more important belt. That'll then go down here. And into this. Huh. Okay. Oops. There we go. Now, we just have to wait for this to start up. Okay. Oh yeah, also, for whatever reason, there's no red ammo. Oh, because it's not a chest that you could pull it out of. Okay. Anyways, yeah, now we're at a carpet. It is kind of funny how this just happens, right? There we go. Immediately they pick them up. You're out of one thing, so you make more of it. But now you're out of another thing, so you make more of that, but then you're out of the first thing again. Oops. It is the endless cycle that makes Factorio as fun as it is. Oops, no. I'll use these belts because I have them on hand. Now, some people don't like Factorio because of the endless cycle of running out of things, but the thing is that Factorio, similarly to gambling, promises that eventually, if you're a good enough gamer with a bad enough attitude, and maybe if you're so rude, you know, if you are a good enough of a gamer, you could maybe even potentially get into a situation where you won't be out of every resource all at once, all the time. Oh my god. Maybe. This will... Okay, but yeah. So now, these turrets are full of ammo. And this will keep getting red ammo until it's happy. Which should mean that, yeah, a bunch of rockets are being sent up. It's fine, who cares? A little bit wasteful. No, it's actually really wasteful, but who cares? It also means we're starting to get rocks, which is good. Any weird... Oh yeah, wait, actually no, we can just remove this. Oh, look, it's gonna float by, but who cares, they're not metallic ones. Actually, tell you what, we can't place one there, specifically because I'm worried it'll trigger the error system where, you know... I mean, this is the idea, and then we'll tell here to drop off all of the iron ore it gets. Right, then we should really quickly build up, like, a lot of cargo bays. Like, I want 20, at least. I need a lot of space, okay? Like, a lot of space. That's 10. Don't worry, I know where I can find some iron. I guess steel up there. Yeah, then we'll automate concrete, which is gonna be really useful. Well, not automated, but as you know, I think this is genuinely the only way for me to get any kind of, you know, sustainable source of iron ore. Technically, it's infinite. Iron, if you can have a space platform around a planet, and also copper are infinite. Okay, actually, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. So if we go into the research tab, right here, wait, productivity, okay, here. So we could get iron and copper, we can get carbon and sulfur, and we can get calcite. So theoretically, if you think about it, we would need to go to Glover for it. Uh-oh. The only resources we can't get in space are coal and stone. But all the other resources we can. We just need a big enough amount of spaceships that collect the stuff and drop it off once they're near Nauvis. Or I guess near whatever planet. That's why I'm doing it up here. Okay, you already have some of that with you, but I don't know if it's... No, I need you. Okay, please just... Let me take this and let me, Yeah, and that as well, and then... Pick it up. And we'll place it somewhere over here. Where do we actually... I'll place it down there. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's good because... That's kind of good, because I don't want to put it somewhere where there's a lot of stuff going on. I'll also do it like this, just so I can directly access it. Perfect. A full 20. How much space is that? A lot. Anyways, how's the thing doing? Pretty good, actually. Okay, I'll stop with you. Stop with the space platforms. Actually, I'll stop with all of them. That's more, you can see, yeah, that's more than enough. And we are completely covered and defended. So, it is literally just about... Yeah. Give me a moment. It's literally just about getting enough of them to process. Right? Yeah. Look at all of them. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell them which recipe to do. Okay. Now we may begin. But yeah, just kind of slow because we're not reprocessing them. But yeah, as you can see, now the orbital drop slots are increasing, and soon they'll be throwing things down at us. Incredible. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, this also means we'll slowly start, as this is being made, well, none of them are making yet, but we'll switch to complete yellow ammo. It's fine, who cares? Yeah. Come on, wait, what is the holdup now? Why are they not sending... There's enough lava. Oh. Oh, now we're out of copper. Am I not making copper up here? I am. Oh, and you are out of lava. Because I forgot. Oh my god. I didn't hook this up correctly. Okay. Where are my pumps? I should always have my pumps on me. I'll just Q one. No, I don't have any pumps. Okay, that's kind of funny. Whatever. Now we should have enough. But yeah, we're still nowhere near getting enough of those. Pump 1 and pump 2, and soon enough. There we go. Out of curiosity, how much have these guys finished? A lot. What about some of these guys? Some of the earliest furnaces. Like, oh my god, like 600,000. These guys, only about 13k. Yeah, 60k something. How much science have we even made? Ooh, a lot. Yeah, by the way, it's kind of crazy how we're researching this. I guess we could also do this, and this, and this. But yeah. Soon, TM, we will be ready for more rocket launches, which should be done kind of quick, you know? Come on. It's already doing its job, though. I joked about something on the Factorio Discord, and somebody showed me, this recipe. So the iron ore space platform is fucking useless. So that's disappointing. Anyways, I'm going to start actually automating those things properly, and I'm gonna have to add more furnaces. So what I'll do is I'll ignore the existing stone I have, and I'm feeling like obliterating another worm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out some space over yonder and drag in like some stone and have so much stuff I'll be happy. Yeah, we're still stuck in Vulcanus. I just realized I planned to make the Factorio little intro different depending on which planet we're on, and then I fucking forgot. So at one point in time, you're just gonna have it switch from... Maybe I'll do it randomly every few episodes, I'll see. I don't know, there's the... Where's the... Oh, no. Wait, what? Platform Beta, what are you doing? Alright, it was waiting for all the fancy uranium to come in. Okay, head to Vulcanus now. I've had enough. Hello? Okay. But while we wait, this should be enough to obliterate a worm. So let's go and do it. Can you tell where the last one was? We may have to obliterate 2 of them. We'll see. Because I want to continue building the factory here somewhere, but, yeah, there's going to be a worm. Oh, Mr. Worm. Where are you? I just want to talk. I just want to talk to him. It's a medium. Okay, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with him over here. Okay. Do it like this. It's far. Oh, that was the worm for that sector. I did it again. Whatever. The worm could be anywhere. He could be any one of us. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be... that scout in the corner right there. I don't see any big worms. Fucking wormadam. More like a waste of wormadam time. Fucking stupid ass Pokemon. Who gives a shit? Is there one person who likes wormadam? I understand there was like Dexgate where people were angry not all Pokemon were brought over, but like, man, if they didn't bring over wormadam, would anybody notice? Maybe I'm alone on this. Would anybody notice if wormadam wasn't present in the game? Tell me down below. Also, where's the stupid worm? Okay, I think we may have not found it. Maybe we did find the worm. Wait. Hold on a minute. You know, we're just gonna have, like... like, just warnings for the, turrets going boom. Wait a minute. That's a medium. So there was a worm somewhere here. Okay, that's a novice. Where the fuck's the worm? It's gone on strike. At least we know it's French then. Oh, I found it. It's a small one. My bastard, come here. Yeah, like it's gonna do much. Fucking small demolisher. You're about to get demolished bigly, buddy. Just go over here and just sit and wait. What's he gonna do? Realistically. Who? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. What? Did it give up? Oi! The structure's here, you stupid idiot. Come here. I think I'm too close to the border, so it, like, gets distracted. Whatever. We lost 2 turrets. And a little bit of ammo. I assume nuclear ammo production has begun again. It has not. Because somebody, and it's still unknown who the idiot was, forgot to tell it to make more. Pretty please. I swear to God. Okay, how much do we have? 2.8k. Yeah, that's more than enough. Okay, let's make a quick little adventure back home, so I can replace that. Now you may be wondering, why am I not automating? Infit 5 rail supports on a rail. Huh? Interesting. 100 normal rails on a rail. But yeah, wait a minute. So I will need... Go down there, yeah. But yeah, I want to make an automatic factory for that stuff. By the way, I made the executive decision to change some stuff, so the video is still in 1080p, but should look a little bit better. It is getting... It's getting filtered a little bit, just bilinearly, but It should look a little bit better than nearest neighbor. I'll check. That is the wrong place to put them. Request uranium at 400 units. There you go. And let's automate that. Where did I start automating the other one? Oh yeah, over here. Well, where else do I have all three of these? Whoop-de-doo, down there. So what I can do, and this is the super secret technique, if you take it from me, you have to credit me like you credit academic sources in university. What you have to do, right, is you have to, okay, specifically, this is an important part of what makes it work. You have to fuck that up. Did you want to do this? I thought this was... Okay, there's the steel. Then another very important part, you have to get the steel in via spaghetti. That improves the taste of the spaghetti. I do genuinely mean, like... You're going from, like, that cheap sorta Americanized spaghetti you get when you go into, like... You know, when you go into, like, an American store or whatever... Just, let's imagine there's an imaginary store called the American store where you, presumably buy Americans, but, you know, you go there and there's the American spaghetti. Well, no. You need to make the jump to pristine Italian spaghetti, which sounds more French, honestly, which, well, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm not gonna comment on it, but, we need to go back and continue this now that we have more things to make spaghetti with. Because, I mean, on one hand, you can just, like... Fuck. You can just route it around like a normal person, but... That's kind of spitting in the face of what makes Factorio fun. You know, like... You could play this game without immense amounts of spaghetti everywhere, but... Are you really playing Factorio then? Or are you playing a Factorio-like? You know, kind of like a roguelike, but with Factorio. I guess Factorio was a roguelike at one point, because I remember there being permadeath. But you could reload a save file, because nobody wanted to lose, like, 100-hour save file, because that's stupid. And then at some point, they just let you respawn. Because they realized it would be good for the game. I don't like roguelikes. Asterisk, I don't like how most roguelikes are. Because I just don't like them, okay? What I don't like about roguelikes specifically is... how do I explain this? I feel like a lot of the time, the roguelikiness is a crutch for, not bad game design, but, like, for a lack of resources, if you know, that makes sense, because a lot of the time, you're gonna have situations where developers who just don't have that many resources... I mean, that was why the original Rogue was a roguelike. You couldn't have enough resources to, actually, you know, basically, Rogue didn't actually have enough resources to actually, load in the actual game, actually. So what they ended up doing was they just kind of ended up saying, fuck it. And, they just loaded up, like, a single file. Well... Okay, my brain is melting a little bit. What I'm trying to say is that the original computer that it was on, the original mainframe, it had basically no RAM. Like, seriously no RAM. We can check really quickly. Run on. It ran for a... on Unix. Well, it ran on a... Okay, fuck it. It ran on the ZX Spectrum. which had, like, yeah, either 16 or 48 kilobytes of RAM, which isn't much, even though, okay, to be fair, the NES does have a grand total of 2 kilobytes of RAM and 2 kilobytes of VRAM, but, like, the NES had all sorts of fucking magic that it could use to render games, and this one didn't have any of that. I mean, it was the power of the time. Back in the good old days, TM, you know, you could, you know, when games cost an arm and a leg, because remember, $70, 2 decades ago, was like twice what it is now. So if you're wondering, is $70 too expensive? Yes. On one hand, it's understandable that things should keep up with inflation, but, like, we're being sold like a quarter of a game with DLCs sprinkled in. So it's not exactly like you're getting a full experience anymore in a lot of games. Factorio is an interesting counterpoint where, well, I mean, if you played it, you pay $32 for the main game and $32 for the DLC, and there is so much potential content that it is worth the asking price. Because I understand, okay, look, there's a bit of a difference, right? On one hand, I have to say that it does feel a little bit unfair looking at games just with, like, okay, so how much stuff can I do in you? Because that can, you know, end up, you know, getting developers to make some shitty business practices, like, you know how NES games were really hard or whatever, so that you couldn't return the rental before you beat them, so that you were inclined to pay extra to keep the rental for longer. Or, you know, how that kind of evolved, right? Because at some point, RPG developers realized it was worth it to put some kinds of secrets, or, like, you know, really hard to get post-game challenges in order to make sure you were getting your money's worth. Games like Metroid basically were designed about beating the game a whole bunch of times so you can figure out the best route and map. But, sort of, as games got better and more mainstream, that all kind of evolved to where we are now, where a lot of the time, some people just play, like, Factorio is a game where the point isn't to beat it once, right? It's kind of one of those games like, you know, it's a sandbox game like Minecraft or fucking Kerbal Space Program, where the point is not, and it specifically isn't, to just beat the game. If you play Factorio to beat it, you're missing the point. The point of Factorio is, like, it is the best example of a game where it's about the journey and not the destination, in my opinion, right? This game is so much about, you know, the progress of you launching a rocket, of that feeling good, and then saying, okay, time to get to more work. Oh, all of those extra turrets I quickly built were completely useless. And I love this game, for the simple reason that it's fun. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I don't play many FPS games, but the last COD game I finished, in terms of when it came out, was World at War. The last one I played a bit of was Black Ops 3 on the PS4. I didn't get that far, because I don't remember why. I think I just didn't mesh with it that much. But basically, at some point, I ran into the issue where today somebody sent me a few clips from modern card. And I'm gonna be honest, it is completely unrecognizable. And that's something you it's kind of a per series basis. Like, Pokemon is, if you strip it down to its, you know, essentials, the same game it was when it first released. Like, it is this game where you go on a cutesy little adventure, you collect cute creatures that are now in 3D and arguably cuter. And if you disagree, please look at the new Chikorita model. It is just the most adorable little bean. Honestly, I'll see if Meganium has a cool regional variant that isn't complete fucking bullshit. I may pick Chikorita because it's such an adorable little goober, but it's still Pokemon. The new Call of Duty game includes a death animation where when you kill another player, you grab a unicorn, and the unicorn shits a rainbow acid pool or something onto the enemy, and then he dies. Now, I'm aware that this may have interested some specific types of people into the game, but as a person who liked Call of Duty for the single player, and not for it being what I assume is what Fortnite is trying to be, or I guess in reverse, you know, to me that just looks fucking horrible. Where's the game where fucking a Japanese soldier cuts the throat of an American POW? Where's the game where fucking Reznor just like... Yeah, where's the game where Reznor fucking slashes, like, in the final, spoiler alert, in the final mission of World at War, like, at the very end, he just fucking slashes the guy across the face, and then you get to plant, like, the Soviet flag on top of the Reichstag. Like, where is that energy? It's just gone. And you know why it's gone? You know who the problem is? It begins with the letter S and ends with A holder. There's also an H in between. It's the shareholders. If you're not aware, the average shareholder is how can I say this? Well, I don't want to say they're stupid, but I want to say that they believe. I want to say the truth, which is that they believe that you can have infinite growth. And if you're not aware, infinite growth does not exist. And shareholders want every single thing they invest into not to stay stable, and not to just slowly go up in value. But no, a lot of shareholders just kind of want everything they invest into to balloon in value. That is why the gaming industry, and by the way, shareholders, thanks to a decision meant to cripple Henry Ford, in America, basically, you have to listen to your shareholders legally, if my understanding of, laws made like 100 years ago in America are correct to how they are today. And because you have to, from my understanding, legally listen to the shareholders, yeah, you just kind of have to tank the company. It's also why, it's kind of interesting how much CEOs get paid when shareholders are basically calling the shots, and the CEO has to nod and agree or be replaced. On one side of the story, I can't really feel bad for Mr. CEO when, like, the dude's getting paid so much, it's insane. Now, you may be wondering, well, Kryuchi, if you were in his position, would you just nod and accept the, like, absurd amounts of money? Yes. Though I would probably not do the whole evil worker exploitation thing, which, by the way, is evil. I know I know that's a little bit controversial to say these days, but it apparently offends some people when you tell them, no, I do not think we should be exploiting our workers, but I am a fervent believer in not exploiting our workers. I think that's bad. Sorry if that... The power grid connected somewhere again. Oh yeah, never mind, it's fine. I am a firm believer in that, and if Dad makes you, listen, Snowflake, if Dad makes you agree, if that makes you mad, well, that's your problem. Troll face emoji. Like, I mean, look, on one hand, it is kind of sad, but like, on the, like, you know, that people act like that, but on the other hand, I feel like a decent chunk of the people acting like that are basically... People who talk like that, in my personal understanding, aren't really... It's kind of like where it's seen as cool to be edgy or whatever the fuck. Where people will just try to be, like, mean or edgy or whatever the fuck. Not because they actually believe in any of what they're saying. If you push on them even a little, they'll, like, fall over like a wet fucking tissue. No, obviously they don't believe in that stuff. They're just saying edgy shit to be edgy. Isn't that so edgy? Ooh, aren't you an edgy boy? Ooh. Wow, aren't you edgy? It's just that sort of stuff. Gets annoying pretty quickly. And that is why I avoid people like that in my life. Because it's just kind of annoying. And it's not even like, hey, dark humor. It is just like, you know, I mean, it's not even edgy humor. Fucking, you can have humor. I just don't like the, I guess there's a difference between sort of edgy humor and edge TM, you know, like, it's a very vibes-based thing. Right, let's continue. One more. I love the little noises they make while flying around. Honestly, why don't they call the big... Like, it should have been Destroyer, Demolisher, and Obliterator, in my opinion. Having them all be Demolishers, just small, big, and medium, doesn't really make them seem as cool. I could make a mod which renames them. I don't know how to make Factorio mods. Oh. Okay, where should you be? Over here. So what I do is do that, and why aren't you ready for deletion? Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, there was a new GTA update the other day. And the update added, why are all of these one-off? The update added in stuff from the console versions, like the global illumination. Which is kind of cool. It does make the game look a little bit better, but I think they also added some gameplay changes. I don't know. I don't follow GTA that much anymore. When I was younger TM, I played the game pretty sorta often. But then I just kind of stopped because other games like filled the GTA-shaped niche. And a lot of that was when I didn't really do YouTube that actively. Like, we're talking, you know, 2019, 2020, 2021, I think? Because, you know, when you do... when I'm playing games for the channel, it may be because I'm capturing footage for, like, a real video, or maybe you can call it a video essay. Even though I don't like using that term, because that term makes me feel... Okay, it makes me feel overly posh, and I just kind of don't like that. When I feel a video essay, I think of, like, pedantic guy. I think of a very specific pedantic, like, woman-hating plagiarist who, like, makes a fucking video that is talking about, like, whatever the fuck, shows off his very overpriced camera in the corner that he doesn't even use, then fucking takes an existing person's book, and the only changes he makes is changing gay or LGBT to, like, queer. That's the only change he made. And he also really hates white women. If you can't tell, I'm talking about James Summerton. Yeah, fucking... What's crazy is, he just fucking gave up. Pretty sure that, like, the same thing's gonna happen. Like, there's kind of a difference, right? There are two kinds of YouTubers. There's the, like, when this kind of, like, nuke happens, where, like, a person's entire career is, like, a person's entire reputation is thrown into question, there's only really two ways out of it. Way one is the, just hide everything and have your audience not care. Because your audience thinks that you're fighting, you know, the culture war. And, you can get people to ignore all the bad stuff you're doing if you convince them that the reason that you're doing the bad stuff is to get at, the perceived enemy. If you can get who that's a reference to, you can get a cookie. Somewhere. I'm not giving you one. Wait, you want mine? No way. But, yeah, like, it's a kind of obvious, which creators are in it for. Well, I mean, it's not kind of obvious to a lot of people, but it is kind of interesting to see how many, because there are basically two classes of creator. Some people are in it for the fun, like yours truly. I guess I'm a creator. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. But, you know, some people are like me, where I'm in it mostly for the fun. Some people are in it for the career. And some people are just in it for the money. And whenever, like, bad things happen, TM, you know, whenever somebody gets, you know, it's always the third category that's gonna cause issues. Specifically because the third category is the one which actually, you know, doesn't care about their accuracy or whatever, because the third category is mostly like marketing bros or whatever. And like, you know, marketing bros don't fucking give a shit. They will just take and not care because I mean, it's kind of the idea. I know H-Bomb talked about it in his video, but like you know, on YouTube, if you have a good idea, it's not going to be yours for long. Someone's just going to take it. And on YouTube, it's kind of normal to see that a more successful YouTuber steals your idea. To the point where even complaining about it is kind of seen as rude. Like, wow, this guy completely ripped off your style and, like, he's getting, you know, he completely ripped off what you were doing because he's more popular and he's getting more views. Well, how dare you even complain, let alone consider the potential that you could uphold your copyright. No, copyright should only be used by big corporations when they have to smite down little Timmy for making a fan mod. How dare you use copyright to fight against actual copyright infringement? How dare you, you monster. You're a monster, man. But yeah, anyways, Mr. EA, yeah, well, no, it's not EA, it's fucking Rockstar. Oh, yeah, Mr. Rockstar, please take down this mod, thanks. Also, Mr. Rockstar, please don't take down mods. It is an interesting thing to talk about, right? Like, why do companies, like, attack fan projects, right? Specifically, you know, Nintendo, Rockstar, etc. Because it's one of those things where, to some degree, I am not convinced that a lot of the time there's gonna be a clear benefit from doing that. What a lot of people, I feel, forget to realize is that corporations have a, like, corporations aren't evil. Corporations just want to make money. It's just that most of the time, making money and being evil are the same thing. Shocking, isn't it? So, what ends up happening is big corporation does something really evil and scummy so they can make more money. But my question is doing that whole, like, you know, oh yeah, hey little Timmy, we're gonna fucking bust your kneecaps for making this little mod. Is that actually going to do good for the world? You know, like for the company? Recently Nintendo took their like fist and aimed it squarely at well, after a years-long fucking legal battle, a data hosting site. Basically, okay, so there's a data hosting site in fucking France. I'm not gonna name drop the site, but it begins with the number 1. But basically the site was hosting like pirated material, not of Nintendo's old games, but it was hosting material of like the new releases, sometimes even before they were, like from what I've managed to gather, sometimes before the games would even be available in retail. So Nintendo multiple times was like, hey, this is our stuff, please delete it off of your servers. And this site was like, nah, you need a court permission for every single thing here. You need to get a court order to delete this game, you need to get a court order for that game, and you need a court order for this game. You need a court order to get the fuck out of here. And Nintendo just basically went up to the court, and they were like, no, if we inform you that there's our stuff, I specifically looked into the wording, they were like, no, if we inform you that there's our copyrighted material on your website, and there is, you need to look into it and take action. Which, if you don't know, is exactly how YouTube works. And in my humble opinion, though I am not a copyright warrior, I don't particularly hold the same, you know, I don't particularly hold, like, the same stances a lot of people do. Specifically around freedom of information, whatever, right? Like, I am very much so pro open source and Linux. And I am actually really a huge fan of EA making Command & Conquer open source. Yeah, that actually happened. And I have to say, I salute you, EA. I thought you were just gonna leave Command & Conquer to die. But companies open source their stuff with, like, policies that are basically like, okay, well, you can't really, you know, profit from this. So it's basically just a thing for modders, which in my opinion is good and fine. But I did still see some people get kind of weird about it. So though, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you gotta hand it to Electronic fucking Arts. This time. Like, seriously, it's crazy. What a world we live in. But yeah, like, thanks, EA. Also, the code base is a fucking mess in a lot of ways that you need to be at least a little bit of into programming to understand. All I can say is, it's how real men should code. In that sort of like, you ever see those videos where it's like, this is how real men train, and it's the most inefficient way of doing something, but it's like, you know, real man doing it, so it's fine, so it's technically actually really cool, and not just a really fun way to dislocate your wrists. You know, it's that sort of stuff. I'm talking like, every single file having many thousands of lines of code, the documentation being in the code files as huge comment blocks, that sort of fun stuff. God, if I was... Apparently, somebody wrote code so bad, it got the whole department fired. Should I be laughing? I don't know, but I am. Yeah. Well, basically what I'm trying to say is it's a clusterfuck in the most entertaining way. Okay, we do actually have quite a few of these that I didn't notice from before. Whatever. Anyways, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, it turns out that, EA actually did a good thing, but also, I'm not really... I don't know, I'm not really one of those people who's that really bothered when companies go after their IP. I kind of... Okay, so the thing is, when Nintendo goes after, like, fan creators or, like, emulator developers, that's bad. And I think Nintendo shouldn't do that, because those developers are actually doing far more good than harm to Nintendo's own brand image. Though I understand why they do it. You know, it's not one of those things where it's like, I couldn't possibly imagine why Nintendo would go after blah. No, I just think that, in general, that sort of stuff doesn't seem to be negatively affecting them. One thing which is kind of discussed about a lot is how emulators affect sales. And one of the biggest, like, points that I've seen often argued was that, you know, specifically, well, it's not just about emulators, it's partially with emulators and, you know, pirates in general. Because emulation makes it so that even if you have the game, oftentimes you don't even need a console. Like, if you have a PS1 disc, you don't need... The console is so primitive, right? You don't actually need a PS1 to play the games. All you need is a PS1 emulator, which is really nice from a preservation point of view, because all you need is the disc and not the actual game system. Now, also on the other hand, if you have something like the, you know, the PS1 also had a bunch of problems with its own piracy, but from what I can understand, and this is sort of the view I hold, don't take my word as gospel, please. Piracy is in this interesting spot where it's obviously definitely harmful to the industry. I mean, if, fucking... What's the website's name? If Steam just had a button where you could either buy the game or just download it for free anyways, most people would just hit the download for free button, right? But it is true that when it's very low, like, let's say when... like 1%, I don't know how big it is, like when 1% of the overall, like, gamer population are pirates, there can be effects that are more positive if nobody was doing it, because a lot of people, specifically because a lot of people do not want to do that, you know? A lot of people, you know, most people aren't interested in piracy. And so what you end up in is a situation where you have small amounts of people who are doing it, but the way in which they're doing it will result in the game getting, you know, more popular because they're just spreading the word to people who don't know, like, you know, because when a pirate you know, when you look online and somebody says, oh, I really like this game, there's no real way to check if they have it legitimately or not, nor are they sharing where they got it from most of the time. And because of that, when somebody hears a pirate say, oh yeah, I really loved, I don't fucking know, I really loved Minecraft, you should go check it out, people will just check out, you know, they'll look up Minecraft, and they'll see where the game is and get it, you know, from Mojang. But if it was as easy as, like, you know, going into, you know, if you looked up Minecraft.net, and then there was next to it, like, Minecraft.ru or whatever the fuck, where you could just download the same thing for free, you know, if it was so rampant, then I'm pretty sure, like, almost 100%, then most people wouldn't actually buy the games, and that there would be huge losses for game developers. Because you gotta remember, on one hand, developers, you know, on one hand, let's be real here. There's a lot of stuff, I kind of dislike this point when I see people talk about it. There's a lot of stuff people attribute to pirates, which I think are completely unfair to attribute to pirates. And a lot of them have to be with game preservation, where people talk about how, oh yeah, bro, it's so nice that, like, this guy, Mr. Pirate Man, helped us preserve the sanctity of this old video game. Because that was an accident. Like, if you look at modern, like, retro game preservation efforts, they share nothing in common with, like, pirates from, like, 20, 30, 40 years ago. Back in the day, there was a lot of emphasis on just shitting out the game as fast as possible and putting your own cool little, like, thing on the screen, the little intro. That's when, like, you know, that's where it all started. And then later on, and later and later on, and later on, when you know, when retro gaming was getting larger and larger, people realized, oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we should actually, you know, it'd be really nice if we could just have archives of this stuff, which wasn't, you know, well, I mean, technically it's still, you know, it's not really changing what it is, but it'd be nice if we had it in a way where there was no incentive for groups or anything, and the only incentive was for the games to be shared, you know? And that is completely different from how it used to be back then. Like, nowadays... Is this full of fucking iron? Please stop. Okay. Actually, that'll be fine. Oh my god, the big snake. Whatever. Oops. Okay, but we have confirmed this is a funny way of getting a lot of iron ore. Anyways, yeah, I mean, on one hand, as I said before, we got mildly interrupted. It's one of those things where, like, and it's in general, like, preservationists and archivists have always kind of been fighting with people who just want things for free. And it is also understandable that some people, like, you know, do not understand the concept of... Ah, interesting. A lot of people don't understand the concept of, you know, why should I be paying for this thing that came out like 50 years ago? But it's also kind of the thing where availability plays a huge part in it, I believe. You could imagine if you could right now, like, go online and buy an up-to-date sort of version of your... Like, if you can imagine, if you can go online now and buy a, like, you go on Steam, and for a reasonable amount of money, you could buy, like, a ZX Spectrum game and immediately launch it and play it. It'd be easier than to just, like, you know, scour the interwebs for the right ROM and to scour the interwebs for the right thing. Because the only legal option right now is really frustrating. You have to get a legitimate goddamn, like, if you want to play a ZX Spectrum game legitimately, the worst part by far is not even buying the Spectrum, it's dealing with that fucking god-awful keyboard that I've seen some people criticize me for calling it god-awful. Mate, have you seen the keyboard? It's horrible. It's a bunch of rubber keys. It's like on an old calculator, but you have to type stuff on it. It is the worst thing I've ever seen or touched. I don't own a Spectrum. Thankfully. Yeah. It's just one of those things, you know. Though I'm not big into Spectrum stuff anyways, I barely know about the things which released on it. It's very much so out of the kinds of stuff I'm interested in. Because the Spectrum was big in the European markets, which obviously you would expect that I would be interested in that, but it's just that the games kind of weren't really there for the types of stuff I want to play. Plus, I mean, I'm not really that interested in that era of games anyways, like... I'm sorry, but as, like, you know, I'm always gonna be more interested in playing, like, Final Fantasy VIII and 9 than I will be playing, like, Final Fantasy 1. Or 3. 3, not 3.6. Which I have to say is kind of annoying that when you look up, like, I still see some people call Final Fantasy 6 3. Which is just really weird and confusing, like, Japanese soldier who kept fighting for, like, 50 years after World War II, like, calm down. It's just, you don't have to fight this hard. The war's over. Please call it 3. It would be very funny if they kept the same naming, though. It is also kind of funny that instead of porting Final Fantasy V, they ported Mystic Quest. Because they thought that, like, the barely sapient creatures of the West could barely handle modern Final Fantasy. All Europe got until 7 was Mystic Quest. If you were European, you had Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and then you had Final Fantasy VII. The Americans got the better side of the deal, and their side of the deal was already shit. Funny, isn't it? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I know I just ramble about random fucking topics. I'm not crazy, I promise. But yeah, look. This platform's fucking useless. Maybe I could use it for something later. But I kind of... It's kind of dog shit. I mean, the idea is good. But actually, honestly, I could probably modify this and fly it to, like, another planet if I needed to, you know, there, like... I would modify these because I can get stuff on Gleba. Maybe it would be decent for, like, a starter base on Aquillo. Because you could get basically free iron and copper. I don't know. Whatever, we have the stuff I need to start crafting rail supports. So I'll be doing fully automated rail next time. I'll see you then. Goodbye, and I think they sometimes say don't let the bed bugs buy.